So here we go. This is gonna actually do a little bit of progression here. This video, unlike the last one, this one actually kind of does pay off a little bit. We're gonna start constructing some stuff here in Nether. We need to set up shop here because, well, I mean, yeah, I guess you could teleport in and out of the portal and yeah, thank you, game. Make sure that you're not doing anything too important right after you go through the portal. It seems to be just within, you know, a minute or so of going through the portal that they get the crash. And again, maybe you guys aren't going through it. Maybe it's just my computer or something to do with my version. I don't know what the deal is, but I've been getting a lot of crashes since. It's just since the portal stuff. It doesn't even happen most of the other times. While I'm playing normally, with nothing to do with these portals, I'm usually pretty stable. Well, anyway, we need to, like I said, need to set up a fort, set up some camp, because you definitely want to have some safe places to come back to in the Nether. There's, and again, it's not so much a lot of enemies, it's just the one particular set of enemies that will be constantly hounding you. And the fact that they can hit you from far enough away, or at least start harassing you from far enough away, that you can't really handle them. I mean, you literally have to just kind of hope that they get near you to shoot them with an arrow, and even then, it takes a few shots. But not like I don't even have the bow yet, so sadly I'm stuck slashing at the thing. You can, however, deflect its shots back, but I don't think it actually does damage in the future, so I'm just doing it to show off the fact that you can do it. Now, as you'll notice, the hellstone, this red burning stuff, breaks like I don't know, peanut brittle at the sight of these guys firing fireballs at them. I mean, it literally is crumbling around the building as I'm trying to build it up. And so you really do kind of need some kind of shelter, at least a small one, to keep you from, at least from, you know, the whole portal falling into the darkness, or, you know, you stepping out of the portal into, you know, no territory because these guys have destroyed it. You do have to set up some kind of a building. You have to try to burn. It is, again, don't try to use anything too flammable or too brittle. I do kind of end up putting glass in here just so I can see out, and yet I kind of made a mistake, you know, for some reason thinking that maybe that would work, and I'm a fool and it doesn't. So, I mean, you can use it, but it's not going to, the fireballs are big enough that they're not going to go through a small piece of glass anyway, and the angles they shoot them in, it's usually coming down at you, so it'll be alright. But as far as, you know, decoration goes, I would stick to mostly stonework, if you can help it. I haven't tried dirt yet. I'm fairly certain wood is just going to burn and glass will shatter, so make sure you build your base out of something that's going to hold up against these attacks. You want to have a storage space for your goods and your loot. You know, don't lose these bastards shooting fireballs. Another thing is definitely with that, don't put anything down just yet until you get your base set up. I almost made the mistake of putting my workshop and everything down, only to realize that, you know, hey, it's gonna just burn it up. Burn up my wood and stuff. And yes, they will put out the portal if he hits that with a fireball, so if that should just go out on you, make sure you pull your flint and tinder out real quick and set that back up. You never know when you're going to need to get the hell out Dodge. Eventually I'm going to have to come out here and place the ground beneath the portal and around my base in particular. Because, like I said, it crumbles so quickly that it's not really going to hold up under too much constant use. So, I'm going to have to come out here, harvest some more rock in the real world, and then come back in and place some of this stuff. Always gotta keep an eye on those guys. Even if you know where one is, another one can just peek up around the corner without you knowing and start blasting you from another direction. And again, they don't really, the fireballs themselves don't seem to do a lot of damage. I mean, I think even the zombies do more damage directly. But, one, they can set you on fire with the fireballs if you should happen to be standing in the fire that they leave behind. And two, they can destroy your bricks. And from what I've noticed is that the layers, hey, like this, I'll set myself on fire. Yeah, and by the way, water doesn't work in the outside world either, so don't rely on that. Yeah. Oops. Burning. Yeah, so like I said, you really need to make sure you keep an eye on setting yourself on fire. And you kind of need to get through the portal. He even still will teleport through the portal back to the real world. That's pretty funny. I did find out where this particular portal ends up at, and that right back there was the farm fishing area that I was at, that hillside. If you just go right over that hill, I've actually made a path right out to it with these flaming blocks, which are again pretty awesome for lighting up the night and keeping a pathway back and forth between where you want to go. And hey, brilliant move there, zombie. It keeps you safe. These things are awesome for both for defense, for setting up traps, for again for harvesting animals, because animals are constantly falling into fires. They're just they're awesome to have, and it is worth sticking your head into the nether just for those. Now, again, I'm kind of hoping for a little bit of feedback on things as far as what I'm going to do here. I definitely want to collect some of the glassy stone, light stone, whatever you want to call it, stuff, because I would like to make some water areas. I would like to make a cool little underwater tower like I do on the I have to make a film of it, but on the multiplayer server, I have a big glass underwater tower, and it does have some pretty neat effects when you look out through glass into the water. And I think it'd be even more cool to be able to actually see the bottom of the water. Maybe put some various other colored rocks and stuff in there, so that you could actually see. And again, it would be cool if they added some more sort of detail to the water itself in future updates. I mean, it'd be cool to have some coral or some underwater logs or, you know, debris of that sort of nature. Even maybe some, like, sunken ships you could hunt around in. Maybe there's some ghosts in there, or some pirate ghosts, or ghost pirates. I started digging this out, thinking, you know, hey, maybe the water just needed some other sort of surface to sit on. Because I kind of feared the fact that I was going to catch on fire a bunch. I already did it once and died. I thought maybe, hey, it'd be awesome to have some sort of surface that I can work with. And the only bricks I really had laying around were glass, so I was like, well, alright, I can put them to some use. So I kind of made this little platform here. Again, the water doesn't work, so this is now more or less just a window out into the world beneath me. Like I said, you can't really dig down too deep, even from where you are at. The layers, the way the layers are set up, it's sort of like you're actually on top of one of those underwater, or the underground cavern systems. So you really don't always have a surface that you can, like, just dig down into and to get across with. So you really have to be aware of where you're digging at all times. Make sure you don't just, you know, dig in one straight direction for any long period of time and expect to, you know, actually not fall into a giant pit of some sort. because it's just the way the terrain is set up. Like I said, it literally feels like you're sitting on top of an underground cave system, except instead of, you know, having these soil layers and stuff around said cave system, you have nothing but space and lava here. So you can't, you know, rely on the fact that, you know, you'll fall through, or you won't fall through, you won't just run into lava while you're mining mining in the real world, where here, there's a good chance that lava is going to find you. So let's set up our standard equipment. We need a box, we need a workshop, we need an oven, so that we can work on various foodstuffs, work on cooking stone material for this particular base. I don't think there's anything other than... No, I don't think there's anything as far as the nether materials go that needs any particular use of the furnace. So it's pretty much just for cooking food and making any brick that we need to work on. Instead of waiting and doing it, you know, off-world, we can come and do it here while we're digging around. And again, we just poke around the corner, and sure enough, one of those guys is there, ready to fire at us, and shoot us off the cliff with that. Kind of figured out that really, well, I wouldn't say a great way, but a real good way to sort of build across, especially these giant chasms like this, is to, especially since you're going to be wanting arrows anyway, to hunt down a lot of gravel and take the gravel with you into the nether. You can dump the nether, or you can dump the gravel off the edge and pile it up into the lava, and you can actually make steps down off, you know, whatever particular plateau you're on in the nether to get across these large gaps. Now it's going to take a lot of gravel to make a functioning staircase of any sort, but what else are you going to do with the gravel anyway? I mean, it's really only there for you to get flint out of and maybe make a gravel road if you really felt like it. But, I mean, other than that, we're going to end it here. Next time, more nether.